Shiki has managed to returns to Shooting Starlight to finish his registration. But the guild members continue to take him for granted and teases him with Rebecca and Happy. Shiki felt humiliated and embarrassed looking at how the guild members treat Rebecca and Happy. Rebecca's guildmate Lalbela Christie became a more popular rival B-Cubber, and she became a threat to Rebecca's life. She also doesn't treat Rebecca well. But the other day, Shiki got fed up with her behavior, and he stood up for Rebecca. Shiki humiliates Christie in front of the public for teasing Rebecca. They realize that the guild members are becoming a burden to their lives, and Shiki sets out on a journey to find Mother. He realizes that if he finds Mother, the guild members won't belittle them nor tease them again. Shiki and the duo head out, and he told Rebecca that they could use AB Cube to record a video of Mother and save it to show it to the guild members who don't trust them. Rebecca agrees and said they would prove the guild wrong. The trio set on a journey and travel to the planet Norma to meet with Professor Veit Steiner. They want to obtain a more space-worthy ship from Veit Steiner. The professor is Rebecca and Happy's benefactor. Wes Steiner constructed the latter's body that reveals that Elsie misses them. Elsie considers Norma as a dead planet. Later their airship crashed and landed on Norma. They arrived at Veit Steiner's house and started to look for him. But the three are held at gunpoint by an unknown young man claiming to be Professor Veit Steiner. They were surprised since they know that the professor is not that young. The young man told them that he is the man they are looking for. 200 years have passed. The astronauts begin with their investigation in the future, and they were surprised by what they have discovered. They were in an empty world where humanity was wiped out and find pair of human remains. They also find Rebecca's recording device, the B-Cube, and they notice that something is written on it which says Eden 0. In the present day, after those incidents happened, the unknown strangers managed to escape from Professor Veit Steiner's house. They run away with the briefcase that Professor Veit Steiner has stolen from the crime boss Sibir. The strangers gang recently abandoned the crime boss Sibir. Later Rebecca receives news from a news broadcast of Shooting Starlight's guild. She discovered that Shiki, and Happy has traveled in the past. They have traveled 50 years back in time. They are in year X 442. The crew also finds that the unknown guy is the past version of the elderly Professor Veit Steiner. The next day Sibir confronts the trio thinking that they are Professor Veit Steiner's allies. They notice that Sibir won't let them explain he will kill them without hesitating, and they hide bar and avoid creating a time paradox. But they end up meeting with Professor Veit Steiner. They explained everything that has happened to Professor Veit Steiner and reveals that they have traveled 50 years in the past. Shiki stumbles with Professor Veit Steiner's briefcase and finds a small android inside called EM-Pino. EM-Pino possesses an electromagnetic pulse. The EMP can disable ether gear and machinery. But Pino lost her memories and started to call the crime boss Sibir her master. She left and met Sibir, but she leaves Shiki's crew with a B-Cube that showed that Sibir was abusing her. They find that Sibir is responsible for erasing Pino's memory and that why she is considering him as her master. Sibir has erased Pino's memory of her true master to exploit her EMP for his benefit. Shiki's crew finds that Pino is from the future in year X 492. They find that history has been changed and decided to rescue Pino.